CBSRadio.com.
The following is a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Good morning. Welcome to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I'm your host, Harvey Freed. We have our everyday panel in here. Harry Glanz with Capital, Alex Nafousi with Capital Mortgage, and Nicole Moskal, Remax Classic in Milford. Good morning.
Family.
Good morning, everybody. How's it going? So we're just relegated to everyday panel now.
Everyday panel,
We're just everyday panel people.
The experts.
That's good.
The expert panel.
I like it.
It's January 31st, Harry, already, 2015.
Where did January go? It went by really quick.
Gone.
Really, really quick. And Nicole's here today. We're going to talk about, before the show, we were talking about, it just seems like all the buyers now are coming out of the woodwork.
Right.
Nicole's going to go over that. And it's been a tremendously strong purchase month for January in the state of Michigan, which leads us to believe, Nicole, what's going to happen this spring?
I think the spring's going to be insane because people are just, I woke up this morning to 2 new buyers in my email. And I'm like, okay, it's Saturday.
Sounds romantic.
It was kind of romantic.
Well, we've got a buzz of activity with purchasers, buyers, and purchase agreements coming in our office all month long. It's going to be a tremendous purchase season, we think. And, you hate to poo-poo it. You hate to say it out loud because you don't want that bubble to burst. But all the early returns, and Harvey, you remember, we sit down every January, and a few years ago, we said, hey, listen, in 2012 was going to be a real good purchase year, and it was. Same thing in 13. 14 continued, and it looks like the early indications right now, Nicole, and you see it. It looks like buyers are coming out of the woodwork.
They are coming out of the woodwork. A lot of first-time home buyers, too. And I think right now would be a good time for people to start getting their home listed because there's so many buyers, and there's really not a lot of inventory.
Will many of these sellers realize their equity position now and consider getting the house listed right away? I mean, that's really going to be what's going on out there. What's the inventory going to be like? Definitely could get scary out there. There could be, again, the multiple bid situation. So we're going to urge you to give us a phone call and get your ducks in a row. 248-539-9797. Be prepared. Have a true approval letter. Make sure you have everything involved that's needed to get the mortgage closed in a timely fashion. You can present a real strong offer that way. And there's also lots of other advantage you can by having your ducks in a row. Also getting educated between now and then. We talk about that education that's really required. Understand the process. That way, if you do get into multi-bid situation, you know where your limit is, what you're willing to do, maybe overspend a little bit to get that right house.
Well, there are things you have to do when Nicole takes you out. Before she takes you out, you have to get pre-approved, and Nicole she'll go over everything about that. But, we're going to slow play this a little bit, Harvey, like we talked about. What not to do when you apply for a mortgage. Okay, we'll talk about those things. There's a list of things that people should never do after they apply or they anticipate applying for a mortgage.
And there's, definitely a serious list of that. You always want to keep your job to boot. 248-539-9797. Tons of information this morning. Again, we got Nicole Moskal in from Remax Classic. Always great to have a real estate agent in. If you have those questions regarding your negotiation, the steps, the process, maybe some extra negotiating tools we could throw your way, be sure to give us a phone call. It's amazing, Alex, that these interest rates really are still freaking believable. I mean, we haven't seen rates like this since May.
Aggressive.
Pretty aggressive, yeah. May 10th, 2013.
What did you just say?
Actually, pretty good. I mean, the Fed phased out the mortgage-backed security buying and all that stuff, and things are still
They really are, and I think mortgage rates as a whole are kind of keeping the economy afloat. I mean, I hate to put as much emphasis on that, as I am, but I think rates they're extremely low, and I think that people they're able to capitalize on saving money. I mean, I have a lot of people that at this point in time, the markets from a value standpoint has bounced back. I've got a lot of people erasing that toxic debt, that credit card debt. A lot of people went through some rough times, and they're taking cash out, dropping the PMI, and the payments staying the same when they're saving $200, $300, or $400 a month. And I'm such a huge proponent of any way to save money, whether it's you're on your cable bill, or on anything, I mean your cell phone bill. It's really right now is the opportunity to really capitalize on that.
And rents are cheap either. I mean, we're going to talk about that too. If you're out there and you're currently renting, the rents have been going up, and there's not a lot out there to choose from.
There's not a lot of rentals out there at all.
Harry, you were going to say?
Well, I'm going to tell you this, that right now we're looking at record low interest rates, and you talk about the economy, Alex, and where rates going to go, and we know they're not going down to zero, and we think that they're going to go up. There are a lot of mixed messages being sent by the economy. You know, oil prices are really low. They can't stay this low forever. You know, the European economy is very, very mixed right now. It's very tough. There's some predictions going on. Without getting really technical about it, you know, we get something at the office called the Kiplinger letter, the Kiplinger report, and the predictions are that, you know, rates have to go up, GDP growth has to go up, inflation has to go up, unemployment's going to go down, oil, like I said, oil prices have to go up. But the bottom line is that you don't, who cares right now if you're in the market to buy a house? Rates are low. If you can lock in a low rate, and that goes for refinancing too, take advantage of it now. And don't worry about if they're going to go down an eighth. They're going to go up faster than they go down. If they ever go down,
Harry,
they're not going down.
It's so funny. You were talking about oil, and I was at dinner last night, and I heard a couple talking next to me, and they're like, "You believe gas is back up to $2.20?"
I saw that yesterday, and I was like, "No."
Right.
I mean, for a month we had it at $1.90, and
Right.
it was the greatest
It
thing in
was
the world.
amazing.
And all of a sudden, people are bitching that it's back at $2.18 when a year ago it was
Right.
at $4.
Well, we
Right.
said it a few years ago. Okay, gas prices were at about I don't know, about $1.75, and then it went to $2 a gallon, and people went crazy for a quarter from $1.75 to $2 a gallon. But then when it was approaching $4 a gallon, nobody said a word.
No one said a word.
Right.
It was no big deal.
Nobody said a word. I
it
just
goes
don't
up in the summer
understand
because
that.
people, they drive up north, and people, the gas companies are some big conspiracy theory. And
Right. It's unbelievable. There's no reason why gas should even be this high right now, but that's a whole different show for a whole different time.
Yeah.
All right. And interest rates right now, they're where they should be based on, and they could be even a little bit lower.
Thank
but,
you. That's what I was going with.
You know
Thank
that,
you. I
right,
appreciate
Alex?
that. Yeah,
Given what the
absolutely, man.
economy is, given all
Yes.
those things, historically, should they be lower? I'm not looking to gift horse in the mouth. Right now, you're talking about, how do you say it? Really low interest rates?
Really, really low.
So if the purchase market, Nicole, and we're seeing it early in 2015, if the purchase market looks like it's going to be on fire again this spring, there are some do's and don'ts that people shouldn't do.
Absolutely.
Right. So right now, what we have, number one on the hit list, okay, what not to do when you're applying for a mortgage.
Is this a Harry
I'm gonna
list?
love
Right,
this.
well, it's a list that was compiled by our office that we
okay.
send out to people in the mortgage process. And John Tooley's, who does business all over the country in our office, he's getting hit up on this. How about don't quit your job to change industries or start a new
Right.
company?
That's number
right?
one.
You would think people would know not to quit their
No.
job or start a new job outside the industry that they've already been in when they apply for a mortgage. Okay.
They really don't.
Please don't do that.
Okay.
Can I
Now-
get a copy of that?
We will give you a copy. Number two, don't buy a new car or trade up to a larger payment or a bigger lease, okay? In other words, don't increase your debt.
My
We'll
col-
go over this. But you would see people out there thinking, people really do this when they apply for a mortgage?
Oh, no.
A lot
they
of
do a
people
lot of
do it.
things.
My college roommate,
A lot of
one of the
people.
smartest guys I know, mid refinance right now, bought a new car.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude,
You guys, let me throw the number out there. This is good stuff. 248-539-9797. If you'd like to join the conversation, if you're out there trying to buy a house and want to get in, you have some angles you want us to clear up for you, definitely give us a phone call. 909 this morning. We're going over our list of things not to do when you're applying for a mortgage.
Right.
There's a lot more than this.
But we take it for granted. We
Yeah.
think that people know all these things and they don't. How about number 3 on the hit list? Don't switch from a salaried W-2 position to going ahead and starting your own company or taking a job that's heavily commissioned. Right, Alex?
yeah.
All right. I mean, there is
We're all sitting like, we already know
there are
this.
different rules, regulations, and guidelines that we have to go by. And if all of a sudden you've been a salaried individual forever and ever and ever, and you switch to a commission job or a sales job or you start your own company, well, you don't have a track record earning commissions. You don't have a track record in your own business. You came from a safe haven, and don't get me wrong, I think you should start your own company, but it's a safe haven when you're a W-2 salaried individual. Then you're going to heavily commissioned or self-employed.
248
It just doesn't work.
539-9797 if you want to join the show. I think that I mean, listen, I am all for taking risk, and and one of the greatest proponents I can say of that is my brother, who my brother Nick. He took a Hail Mary pass. He had this great little laid back job, and he's really he really is. I mean, he's blown up in a great way. He's really done a ton of good things, and risk is there. You know, risk reward. It's all for that. But don't do it mid purchase transaction.
Don't do it after you apply for a mortgage.
Finance, you know, I mean, you know, Nick's, you know, he's got a great wife and 2 little guys, and he's rocking and rolling. And I'm all for risk reward. I'm fine with that. Just wait till we close.
All right, when we come back, all your calls 248-539-9797.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, and they're not going down to zero. So what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. If you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home, and you want to save money, call 1-800-LOW-RATE and take advantage of these historic low rates. That's Capital Mortgage Funding, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. What are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE. Capital Mortgage Funding is powered by Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation, NMLS ID number 2289, Equal Housing Lender.
Right now at T-Mobile, you can hook up the whole family for just $100 a month. You get 4 lines with unlimited talk, text, and data on our network, and enough 4G LTE data to cover the whole crew, up to 10 gigs. And don't worry about sharing data with your app-happy kids. You'll get 2.5 gigs on each line until 2016. Can it get any better? Heck yeah! The next big thing is here, the new Samsung Galaxy Note 4. It's one of the hottest devices around, and at T-Mobile, it's zero down. So you can grab one for everybody in the family without breaking the bank. So switch to T-Mobile and the data-strong network today and get 4 lines for $100 and the Samsung Galaxy Note 4 for zero down.
Note 4 requires 24 monthly payments of $31.24. Total cost $749.76. If you cancel wireless service, remaining balance on phone becomes due. 0% APR and approved credit. Pricing for well-qualified customers. Taxes and fees additional. 2.5 gigabytes of data per line until 2016, then up to 1 gigabyte. See T-Mobile.com for offer details.
There are so many phone apps these days, but here to tell us about one that can save us money on our energy bill is Knox from DTE Energy. Hey there, Knox.
Hey, how are you doing today?
Great. I can't wait to hear about this app.
Well, DTE Insight is a free app. It has a lot of great features. It links with your advanced meter and shows you your daily, weekly, and monthly usage.
You had me at free app. So what kind of features are in the app?
Well, there's a great little tool called Power Scan. You hold your iPhone over the power cord of an appliance, and the app will tell you how much power it takes to run that device. And it'll give you an estimate of how it impacts your energy bill.
Oh, that is cool. I can barely figure out how to take a picture on my phone. So is there anything else?
Also, we offer tips and projects to help customers save energy.
Oh, this seems a lot more useful than that crushing candy game I've been obsessed with.
I would agree.
Okay, I need to get this app right away. How do I get it?
Well, for all of our customers with an advanced meter, you can go to the App Store or Google Play.
So if you need more information, go to DTEenergy.com/DTE Insight. DTE Energy. Know your own power.
Hey, video gamers, wouldn't it be great if every Detroit hockey game you watched went like this? Every time your team made a big hit, you'd get a slice of pizza. Every time your team scored a goal, you'd get a can of pop. And every time your team won a game, you'd get a stack of cold, hard cash. Now, that'll probably never happen, but you can experience the next best thing every day at Disc Replay. Video games, movies, and electronics are worth serious cash at Disc Replay. NES, Super Nintendo, N64, Disc Replay pays cash. GameCube, Wii, 360, PS3, Disc Replay pays cash. Wii U, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4, Disc Replay pays cash. Blu-rays, iPad, iPods, HD TVs, and other electronics, Disc Replay pays cash. Disc Replay is the place to go to satisfy your video gaming needs. Just like Mario is always sure to save the princess, Disc Replay is always sure to pay top dollar cash for video games, movies, and electronics. Disc Replay, movies, games, and more is located in Livonia at the southeast corner of Plymouth and Middlebelt, and in Sterling Heights across from Lakeside Mall on Shaner Road.
Mega selection, mega savings, Disc Replay, Disc Replay. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Keep your engine running smoothly. Change your oil regularly with motor oil and filters from AutoZone. Designed to help fight the buildup of sludge. It's like you have an army stampeding through your engine, fighting off any harm that comes its way.
Now we bid sludge farewell.
Stop into AutoZone for a tax time tune-up and get a 5-quart jug of Pennzoil and a Fram Extra Guard oil filter for just $22.99. See store for restrictions and details.
Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Do you have an opinion? Of course you do. Call the D Las Vegas 97.1 The Ticket Studio Hotline at 248-539-9797. The D Las Vegas is the best place to catch all your Detroit sports.
CBS Primetime is brought to you locally by the Nutrimost Fat Loss System.
CBS Monday on Scorpion. To crack this case, these geniuses will rely on each other.
Toby's in trouble.
Let's go. Scorpion, CBS Monday.
If you ever miss Valenti and Foster on 97.1 The Ticket, you can always hear their highlights at Play.it, a podcasting network like no other. Play.it.
Welcome back to the show. Here we are, 9:16. It's the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. I know Diane Patone's there and our entire staff at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage bank. You're going to save a ton of money. That's 1-800-569-7283. Also, you can always send us an email to mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. Go to our website. I mean, we got lots of information there to share with you. Again, if you're out there, you truly have to have your approval letter in hand. We're going to talk all about that today. First, let's go to some of our calls. We've got Sean starting things off from Ann Arbor. Welcome to the show, Sean.
Sean,
what's up, dude?
Hello.
Hey,
Sean, what's up?
Hello. Hey, how you doing?
Good, what's happening?
I just wanted, good. I was calling because I'm about done with school in May. I'm going to be graduating, and I had to take out some student loans to make that happen. And I'm also looking to take over to get a mortgage. And I just wanted to ask if there's any downfalls to having those loans out and getting a mortgage at the same time.
As long as you qualify with the student loan payments, it's not going to count against you. It's not a bad thing, man. College has gotten very, very, very expensive, man. I mean, and a lot of my clients right now, they're going to have student loan debt, and it is what it is. But no, that definitely does not count against you. You said you're calling from Ann Arbor. Did you go to U of M?
Actually, I go Siena Heights, which is in Adrian, Michigan, but I did it all online.
Absolutely.
Saints.
Yeah, Saints, Harvey. No, we know, man. I mean, where are you looking to buy? Where are you looking to buy your house? What area?
Well, it's kind of a different situation. It's Ann Arbor, actually, and what it is my in-laws actually helped me and my wife out, and they actually have the mortgage in their name right now, but our name is on the deed, and so we pay them each month. I guess rent.
Right.
But it's actually mortgage. And so, yeah, it's kind of a different situation. But we're just looking to take over the mortgage from them so that, that we can get that in our name.
Sean, you want to pay them off, is that correct?
Well, I guess, yes, technically, yes.
Yeah, so basically it's a refinance transaction. It's not really a purchase transaction. So as long as you qualify with the student loan debt, it's a regular old deal.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing funky about that at all. It's a pretty straightforward, simple transaction.
Do it now.
What's the total payment on your student loans that you're paying on a monthly basis?
It's around 30,000.
No, not a month.
Not a month.
Not a month. What are you paying a month?
Oh.
Yeah, what are you paying? What's the payment?
Well, right now I'm not paying on it because the payments don't actually kick in until after I graduate,
Awesome.
which is in May.
Beautiful. If they're in deferment, we don't have to count them on as a debt.
Yeah, Sean, it's a pretty straightforward deal. What's the balance on the mortgage right now?
The balance on the mortgage, $260, I believe.
Perfect. Yeah, I mean, Sean, let me call after the show. We'll get it taken care of for you. It's a pretty straightforward deal, man. There's really nothing outside the box about that.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Give me about 45 minutes, and I'll call you right back.
All right.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Thanks for the call, Sean. Again, it's all about qualifying for loan. Find out how much you qualify for. Now, if he's in school still, and of course in that situation, he needs to have income. And if he has a great job, he might have that job now. Maybe the other person involved, his wife, is able to go ahead. But if you're entitled to the house, as you mentioned, Alex, of course you can typically do what we call a refinance transaction, pay off the other party, and away you go. So definitely get your ducks in a row. We'll follow up with that call. 248-539-9797. Millions of Americans lost their job back in 2006 and 2007. Things were really hectic around here. No doubt about that. But, hey, they're back. They're becoming homeowners again. They've been coming back in groves. It's awesome. I mean, 3 years after your foreclosure, your short sale, you have the FHA loans that are available to you. There's all sorts of opportunities out there, whether you're a VA or veteran, rural development loan. Of course, conventional loans that are always out there for families. Be sure to call Capital Mortgage and find out where you place in all of this. 248-539-9797 here in the studio. And we're going to go to Chris out in Clarkston. Welcome to the show.
Hey, how are you guys doing this morning?
Hey, good morning,
Chris, what's up, my man?
Hey, I got kind of it's kind of a typical situation. My wife and I, we got married. We each lost a house to foreclosure, when everything kind of fell apart. It's been a while now. We're both self-employed as well. My credit is, coming back up, and my foreclosure is getting ready to fall off. Right now we're in a land contract. We bought at a very good price. I only owe about $60 left on the house. The value is probably somewhere around $200.
Oh, good.
So I have the equity. But how do I show and we're looking to apply in November. Our land contract's up, and we're kind of ready to get a little bit bigger house in the same area out there in Clarkston.
Well, this is Alex's specialty. This is Alex Lafusi's specialty. When was the foreclosure?
It was, I want to say it was, on my credit report, it said it's about 6 months from coming off.
I mean, Chris, first of all, it's never going to come off. It's always going to be on.
You know, yeah.
So when did the house go to foreclosure? When did it go to sheriff's sale?
2005, I want to say.
Okay.
Oh, so you're 10 years out, man.
Yeah. Well,
right.
and then it dragged out. I had the 80-20 on it, so the second one kept kind of coming around for a while.
Well, yeah, that's a full recourse loan, so you're always going to owe the money on that one. You're going to have to eventually settle that. I mean, it's tough to say without seeing a full, your full credit report and see what's going on. But I mean, if you're in a land contract right now, you owe 60, it's worth 200. I mean, if you want to step up, I mean, if the foreclosure is 10 years old, I don't see an issue.
Okay. But when I apply, can I put the equity of the home down to get pre-approved, or does that not matter?
No, it matters, but you have to sell the home first.
But, yeah, that's what I was just going to say, because you wanted to sell it.
Yeah, because you're going to need that cash to put down on the new house.
Chris, we need to qualify you.
Right. That's why I'd like to be pre-approved to start looking.
There you go.
Yeah, no, I can do that. But let me call after the show, and I'll run your credit and see what I can do for you. And, you can definitely utilize that equity in your current house for the pre-approval. It's just going to be contingent upon the sale of your current home.
Okay. All right. No, thank you guys very much.
No worries, man. Thanks for listening.
Thanks for the call, Chris. It actually reminds me that he needs a group of professionals. He's going to need a great real estate agent. He needs a great lender like us, of course, and a lot of great people involved in the transaction, because there's some timing going on when you're selling your house and using those proceeds.
Right.
Well, we know, and just listening to him, we know that there are going to be things on that credit report that are going to need to be cleaned up a little bit. There's going to be dates that have to be verified. Alex Alex and other people in our house are really good at taking and disseminating those dates, making them real, and putting a timeline on them, so when people apply for a mortgage and eventually get the loan through underwriting and get approved, that there's not a problem.
248-539-9797. No doubt about that. 7.3 million buyers are returning to the housing market in the next 8 years. So he's one of them out there. Again, whether you are a foreclosure, short sale, there's different rules based on your situation. Find out where you fit into all of this. Again, he even mentioned that past client just mentioned that potentially the second lien could be a problem out there. So again, we have to run the credit report and get all your ducks in a row and turn it into a real successful home buying adventure. That's the cool thing about it. All right, Steve out there in Macomb, welcome to our show. You're a first-time buyer. Go ahead, sir.
Yes. I just got out of the military in November. I'm trying to buy a house using the VA house loan.
Right.
So I'm kind of getting the ring around with getting a mortgage, because I just started a new job, me and my fiance. What would be the best way to go about getting a mortgage for a first-time home buyer with a new job?
Steve, what do you do for work, man? Where'd you get?
Right now, I'm working in a factory for the Big Three.
Okay, so but you're hourly. You're working 40 hours a week.
40 hours a week hourly, and then my fiance, she wants to sign with me on the mortgage. Works as a safety administrator for a trucking company.
Okay, cool. Well, first of all, I mean, you asked about a VA mortgage, which is a Veterans Administration mortgage. So thank you for your service, obviously. I mean, and I have a huge spot on my heart for you guys, and I appreciate every single thing you guys have done for us. There's nothing that I want to do more is to help our veterans out, and I kind of joke, about it that man, I'm able to play golf in the summer and have a steak because you guys take care of us, but it's a regular old deal, Steve. If you have an hourly job and you're working 40 hours a week and your fiance's got a job and we can get letters verifying how many hours you guys work, it's a VA loan is perfect, man. It's zero down. There's no private mortgage insurance. It's a regular old loan. It's a very, very simple transaction. Who's giving you don't say their name, but why are you getting the runaround trying to get approved to buy a house?
I know, I'm 27 now, and when I got out of high school, I was young and dumb. So I kind of hit rock bottom, and I'm kind of still in the middle of bringing my credit back up. It's not the greatest, but it's not the worst. And my fiance got pretty decent credit.
Okay, Steve, here's what I can do for you, man. I mean, and we've all been there, I promise you. Let me run your credit. We have some software that I can run your credit report through, and it'll tell us what you have to pay off or pay down and the impact it'll have on your credit scores. And, if we can't do anything right now, we'll fix your credit. We'll do it in 2 or 3 months. It's no big deal. I mean, we can definitely work with you, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay.
So let me call after the show, get some information, and we'll get it taken care of.
All right. Thanks for the call, Steve, and for your service. 248-539-9797. We're up against a break, but when we come back, all of your calls.
Kickoff is almost here, and White Castle knows you take your pregame chowdown as seriously as the game itself. So tackle that crave the easy way. Order a Crave case online and get $5 off. That's right, 30 100% beef original sliders. Or mix it up with cheese sliders, jalapeno cheese sliders, chicken sliders, and more. Visit whitecastle.com and just point, and click to get $5 off your online Crave case. Get your game on with White Castle.
Get the Internet Plus package from Xfinity and lock in your rate for 1 year. Get up to 25 megabits per second of speed, tons of live sports, plus HBO and Stream Picks, all for just $39.99 per month for 1 whole year. With Xfinity Internet Plus, you'll have the entertainment you want and the speed you need so that everyone can be online at the same time. Plus, access to millions of Wi-Fi hotspots across the country is included at no extra charge. And Xfinity Wi-Fi provides the fastest hotspots with the most coverage on the go. Don't wait. Switch to Xfinity Internet Plus today for $39.99 a month and lock in your rate for 1 year. Compare all this to any other providers. Visit Comcast.com for details. Offer ends 3/31/15. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Limited to performance internet and limited basic TV service for new residential customers. Offer requires enrollment in EcoBill paperless billing. Equipment taxes and fees including broadcast TV fee extra. Such charges and fees subject to change during and after promotion. After promotional period, regular rates apply. Actual speeds may vary. Visit Comcast.com for details.
Sudden cardiac death claims the lives of more than 300 children and young adults in Michigan each year. In recognition of this, Governor Snyder has proclaimed next week Sudden Cardiac Death in the Young Awareness Week. By supporting 97.1 The Ticket Student Heart Check Program, you make it possible to offer free screenings for student athletes all across Metro Detroit for hypertrophic cardiomyopathy, a condition not usually covered in a routine physical, and one that can lead to sudden cardiac arrest. Help save a life. Donate now at cbsdetroit.com/student heart check.
Are you over 25 and need to lose more than 30 pounds? If so, the next 60 seconds are crucial to your well-being because we're giving away free trials of new Garcinia Cambogia to anyone looking to lose the maximum amount of weight. To experience the most dramatic weight loss, you must be over 25 and want to lose more than 30 pounds. Call now for your free full-size trial. 1-800-500-7226. A famous doctor called Garcinia Cambogia the holy grail of weight loss, and it's no wonder why. New Garcinia Cambogia is so powerful, you can lose up to 4 pant sizes without starving yourself or spending hours at the gym. But hurry, due to overwhelming demand, there's a strict limit of 1 free trial per household. Again, if you're over 25 and need to lose more than 30 pounds, it's crucial that you write down this number for your free trial of new Garcinia Cambogia. 1-800-500-7226. 1-800-500-7226. If lines are busy, try again. 1-800-500-7226.
Sports news all day, every day. This is 97.1 The Ticket.
Brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Red Wings and Islanders at the Joe today, 2 p.m. The 1:40 pregame right here on The Ticket. Both teams 65 points, tied for second in East. Both teams coming off losses. Wings have a 6-game winning streak snapped Thursday, 5-1 at Tampa Bay. Michigan State over Michigan in college hockey at the Joe, 2-1. Pistons entertain the Rockets and Josh Smith tonight at the Palace. Pistons have dropped 4 in a row. Super Bowl 49 tomorrow. Seahawks, Patriots. Pats a slight favorite. Hear it right here, beginning at 4 p.m. tomorrow, right here on The Ticket. Tiger Woods misses the cut of the PGA's Phoenix Open. His second consecutive cut miss. Martin Laird, the leader, at the midway point. From the 1-800-CALL-SAM studios, I'm Jeff Lesson. For more, 971theticket.com.
Your home for Super Bowl 49.
97.1 The Ticket.
All right, welcome back. It's 9:30. It is the Hardcore Mortgage Show brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Give us a call all day long, all weekend long. Get that approval letter for sure. And boy, oh boy, we got to start talking about refinancing. These rates are at all-time lows. Again, call us at Capital, 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker.
Right, a couple more things on the list not to do when you apply.
I love
we got to
what
get to
not
this
to
list.
do. How about this? How about this one, Alex? You like this one? Don't transfer large sums of money in and out of the bank account that you're working at. We got to verify every large deposit. How about this? don't forget to pay your bills.
I like that.
You don't want credit lates. You don't want derogatory credit, 30-day late, 60-day late. Don't forget to pay your bills. One last one, then we got 3 more. Don't open new credit cards. How's that? Even if you're getting 20% off at the Gap or whatever it is, don't open new credit cards.
I always I'm going to get new furniture. I'm going to go open our van. I'm like, no.
It's still open.
What, the Gap? Yeah. Wait, don't you buy your clothes there, bro?
Hey, Mike out in Flint. We're going to go to Mike and Flint there, Alex. You got
40
there.
years.
Mike and Flint, Alex. Good. Thank you.
Yeah,
Hey, Mike,
Mike,
what's
what's
going
up?
on?
Not much. How are you guys doing today?
Good. What's up?
I have, we bought a house about a year and 2 months ago using an FHA loan. Right now we owe about $153,000 on it. The house is probably worth in between $160 and $165.
Beautiful. Goodbye.
And we've got, we're locked in a rate at 4.25, and we've been getting a lot of offers, a lot of stuff in the mail about getting a lower rate, reducing our payment, and right now we're in kind of an application process, and our PMI would go down a little bit, and our rate would go down to 3 3/4.
Okay. If the PMI should be gone. If it's worth 160 and you owe 55, the PMI should be gone. Is someone hitting you up for an FHA streamline?
Yeah, that's what. Yep,
That's not a good move necessarily.
Did you go FHA because of a credit issue or just a down payment issue? What was this? Why are you got on an FHA loan versus a conventional loan?
We went FHA because we ended up purchasing the house for $60, but then there were a lot of renovations that needed to be done.
Oh, $203K. Perfect.
Yeah, so $203K.
Oh, it's a great loan, Mike. Here's the scoop, man. I would take it. I would get it off FHA. Go back to conventional. Drop the PMI. Reduce that rate, and you're good to go, man.
Okay.
Yeah, Mike, we want you to cancel the application who you're dealing with. This is not a professional institution.
Here's a lot. You're going to get a lot of mass email, mass mail. Everybody's coming out of the woodwork telling you what you should do, what you shouldn't do. I mean,
the worst advice so far is
it's horrible. You can't stay on an FHA loan if you only owe 55 and the house is worth 165.
Right, you got FHA to take advantage. Right, you took advantage of the rehabilitation loan, which is awesome. But now you can pay them off, and the Federal Housing Administration is very excited to get paid off. And in return, what they'll do is you're able to go get a conventional loan. There's no mortgage insurance. You have 20% equity, and the rate probably is going to be a little bit lower than you're currently paying. So, yeah, just get more better professional advice. I'm going to call you after the show. You're going to be my little project here today, and let's see if I can move you forward and get you moving in the right direction to save you a lot more money, and it makes a little bit more sense for your family.
Okay, sounds great. Thank you.
Thanks for the call. That's actually an awesome call because
it is
that
a great
is
call,
happening now.
But it's also a disturbing call to me.
Yeah.
Because, again, we in our own industry, in the real estate and mortgage industry, can't get over ourselves. We continue to make the same mistakes. The same mass mailers go out, the same empty promises, the same I'll do this for you, the same I'm not going to put you into the best program for you. Are you kidding me? That's a laydown. That is such a situation where the guy did a 203K loan, rehabbed the house, fixed it up. It's a great situation for him. The value is over 3 times what he has now, and somebody wants to put him back into an FH loan because streamlined refis are in vogue.
It's because they don't know, and a mortgage is publicly recorded. So anybody that buys a house, your mortgage is recorded. So anybody can buy a list, and they can say, your loan from Capital Mortgage Funding, and it looks like it's from Capital Mortgage Funding. And then in the small print on the bottom behind the American flag and the eagle and the dollar bill, it says, we have no affiliation with Capital Mortgage Funding. And, here I'm going to make fun of someone a little bit right now, but here one of our coworkers, sent us an email about, a credit repair company.
Yeah, that's ouch.
And I said,
sorry, Marianne, I know you're listening in Georgia.
She's like, I got this people, and
Nope.
they approached me, and they can fix credit, and this, and of course, me being a typical smart ass was like, I said, you were approached. I was approached by a guy in a van with an airbrushed desert scene on the side and bubble windows.
And he was selling paintings and speakers.
Yeah, and he said if I got in the van with him, he'd give me free beer.
Right.
And, the
Nice.
moral
So
of the
you
story,
jumped in.
the moral of the story, yeah.
The moral of the story,
The moral of
thank
the
you,
story
please.
is don't talk to strangers, man. I
Right.
mean, don't. The stuff you get in the mail, these are people that are, I hate to use this, it's a kind of aggressive word, but these are predators, man. I mean, this is like a boiler room operation, man. I mean, they're really, it's churn and burn.
Yeah, the person's name at the bottom of those emails might just have just learned a little bit about FHA Streamlines or just taken some phone calls, but they don't know everything about a mortgage. It'd be like me trying to diagnose something, and that a physician needs to diagnose.
Don't go there, Harv. Don't go there with that. Don't go there with that.
248-539-9797. We have open
Just
lines.
compare yourself to a doctor.
Well, yeah, Hey, Harvey, see, that's a real business. Okay, what we do, I mean, it's not as important as brain
kind
surgery.
of a business.
Yeah.
Realtors and buyers and lenders. Yeah, that's right, folks. We all work together to make the process smooth and easy. Would you believe it? There's a title company, there's inspections, there's appraisers. How about your home insurance agent? There are a lot of people involved in a transaction, that's for sure. Find out who the professionals are and what we can do to help you. Again, get a good group behind you. Feel comfortable. Nicole, want to definitely recommend you all the time. This is crazy. And if anyone's out there listening, I've worked in the industry for 24 years. Nicole showed somebody 19 houses in one day, I think, this week.
That's too many houses, Nicole.
It was all in Royal Oak.
It all blends together.
I'm going to tell you something. You want to get educated about the market. That's some serious work, so that should be applauded. 248-539-9797. We have a list that we want to finish
What not to do when applying for a mortgage?
Oh, another one.
Yeah, you know that cash you got sitting under the mattress or in the closet or wherever you hide your cash?
I don't have any.
Okay, good. But some people do. They don't believe in banks or whatever. Don't take that cash and all of a sudden, right in the middle of your transaction, take it and deposit it in the bank. Okay? Can't do that.
Bad idea.
It's not a good idea because we're going to ask you, that large deposit, where did it come from? You're going to say cash, and we're going to say, how do we explain that one? All right? Now, if you sold a car and somebody paid you cash and then you transferred title and you have a receipt and a bill of sale, great. Okay, we can explain that one away.
Yeah.
But just the mystery cash, the mystery cash that you won at the poker game or at the casino or whatever you did, I mean, it's just hard to explain. Right. That's another don't.
Right, the fun situation. Before you continue that, just to give you a little more information on that, no doubt, again, if you're selling a gun collection, a coin collection, a snowmobile of some sort, there's a title to these vehicles. Then you would make a copy of the title.
A gun collection.
Yes. You can make up an invoice, obviously, when you're selling your car as is. Then you'll have a copy of it, hopefully a cashier's check showing that the person paid the amount. Then there's a deposit slip. You can do it, but you have to paper trail it and make sure you find out how to do it.
And people are out there saying, do people really do this?
Oh,
yes, every single day. Every single day. And then they get angry at us, asking why they have to explain it.
Well, it's just like gift money. Again, you can get gift money from a relative. There's absolutely no problem with it, but there is a process and a procedure, and it's
and
not
a lot
difficult.
of people don't understand when they get gift money, they actually have to show it coming from the relative's account.
Well, that the relative had the ability to give them the gift.
Exactly. They just can't give them their mattress money and then say, okay, I got a gift.
Exactly. There's a right way to do things. 248-539-9797. The pending home sale numbers in December were actually on the lower side, which was interesting. The National Association of Realtors reported this a little bit slower in December. But, Harry, as you mentioned to start the show off, things have picked up around here in Southeast Michigan. And January's gangbusters, other than the snow we're going to get here in the next tomorrow, it's been relatively dry. It's cold. It's dry. And it seems like we're sort of hurtling over these winter months and going right into the spring buying season.
So what happened is that the spring and summer were very, very hot selling seasons, and the property values and the home prices actually went up, okay? Then came the fall, October, November, and December, and things started to subside a little bit. So when we went out and did appraisals, they came in lower, and people would say, wait a minute, how can my value be lower when I bought this house in April and May? I bought it for $300, and now the appraisal's coming in at $290, okay? Well, guess what? Because in the fall, the prices went down. People sold their house. People bought a house at a little better price than what you bought it for in the spring. Now we're seeing an upswing. Okay, we're seeing more buyers coming into the market. People are going to start listing their
houses. I don't think
houses.
it's going to be like this huge. Some people think, wow, spring's going to come and my house is going to be worth 20% more, but it's not like that.
But you're going to see this.
Still be reasonable.
And you know as well as I do that as long as we're sitting here, when people list their house, Alex's least favorite thing is they're going to put it on the market for an extremely
high amount.
I'm fine with that. It's not my least favorite thing.
But then it sits, and then the more days on the market, the more it hurts the
Nicole,
listing.
that's not even what I complain about is what I get upset about is that you can list it for, if you want to sell it for $400,000 and it's worth $350,000 and you know it's worth $350,000, you can sell it for $400,000
if someone wants to bring.
But we're going to lend on what, Alex?
It's simple economics. It's supply and demand. Your house is worth what somebody's willing willing to pay for it, and that's fine. They can pay you $400,000 for it, even if it's worth $350,000. But I can only lend on what the house appraises for.
Right.
Dude, I want you to buy the. Listen, I'm not going to lie. The bigger the loan amount, the more money we make. I'm not lying. I'm not lying. I want the house to appraise for way more. I'm on your side. But don't complain to me when you're going to do a multiple bid situation and we have 7 cash buyers lined up with duffel bags of money. I mean, come on.
Well, we are definitely bracing for more buyers out there. Again, there's more jobs. And regionally is what we're talking about here in Southeast Michigan. Families are back to work. I'm loving it. I love seeing everyone moving in the right direction, increasing consumer confidence, and we're feeling better about ourselves for different reasons. Affordable mortgages. I mean, obviously the lowest interest rates. Even if they burp up 0.5% or a full percent, you're still looking at maybe like 40-year lows instead of 50-year lows.
Which gives people more buying power.
Absolutely. Great opportunities out there all the way around. And when we come back, we're going to tell you more and more all about this. 248-539-9797.
Heart-shaped donuts from Dunkin' are back. Cupid's Choice, brownie batter, and cookie dough are the treat that everyone will love. Wherever you go, a box of heart-shaped donuts is guaranteed to make everyone's day. Share the love today. America runs on Dunkin'. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time offer.
Hi, Mom. Thanks for taking Drew and me to the eye doctor. I'll just grab my new Medicaid card and we can go.
New Medicaid card?
Yeah, now that I can choose a new health plan, I switched to United Healthcare Community Plan. Got to keep the same doctor and everything.
Good, so Drew will still get her glasses?
Actually, she can even choose from designer-type frames now. United Healthcare Community Plan covers them. Plus, they'll help us get to our appointments. I already scheduled her checkup for next week.
Really? An insurance company that actually helps you get to the doctor?
Yes, we can either set up a ride or ask for a gas reimbursement.
So from now on, when I drive you to your medical appointments, we can get help with the gas cost?
That's right.
Welcome to United Healthcare Community Plan. Call 1-877-688-8638 to learn more. That's 1-877-688-8638 or visit Medicaid.com.
For Tigers fans, the past 4 seasons have been historic. 4 straight Central Division titles.
The Tigers are once again champions of the Central Division.
3 MVPs.
Miguel Cabrera.
2 Cy Youngs.
Justin Verlander.
And 18 All-Stars. There's more history on the horizon, and you can live it live. 2015 Detroit Tigers season tickets are on sale now, starting as low as $13 a game. Call 313-471-BALL or go to Tigers.com. These are the days to be a Tigers fan.
Having some fun now.
Okay, count your lucky pennies. Let's see. Where's the shiny one with the same year I was born? Pick your 4-leaf clovers.
3 leaves. 3 leaves. 4 leaves. Yes!
And grab your horseshoes. Come on, boy. Trade you a nice fresh carrot for that shiny horseshoe. Then put that good luck to use, because the lottery's new Lucky for Life draw game is here.
I feel lucky. I feel free. I feel everything's a possibility.
With the lottery's new Lucky for Life, you could win $1,000 a day, every day, for the rest of your life. Or how about a second prize of $25,000 a year for life? With drawings every Monday and Thursday, you could be on your way to a very lucky day. With new Lucky for Life, it's luck that lasts a lifetime.
Play Lucky for Life at your Michigan Lottery retailer. The new game with top prizes of $1,000 a day for life. Learn more at luckyforlife.us.
2.5 Men presents Manly Rules of the House. Number 57, fold your own laundry.
Why in the world do you wear boys' husky underwear?
Okay, you know how some people trim the hedges to make the tree look bigger? Well, I say stuff the tree in a smaller yard.
Well, when the police raid the house and find a drawer full of boys' underwear, that's not going to be good for any of us.
It's 2.5 Men. Watch 2.5 Men Monday at 6:30 on CW50.
On the next Big Bang Theory, when Sheldon hears a cry for help.
Penny? I'm in the bathroom!
Shall I come back at a better time? He finds Penny wrapped in a shower curtain.
I dislocated my shoulder.
Assuming you're correct that your right humerus is no longer seated in the glenoid socket, I would certainly think so.
And now it's emergency room or bust.
You gotta help me get my arm into the sleeve.
Okay.
Is that my arm?
It doesn't feel like an arm.
And maybe you should let it go.
On the next Big Bang.
Catch the Big Bang Theory Monday at 7 on CW50.
This Valentine's Day, send your sweetheart the gift that shines above all others. Name a star after them. I'm Rocky Moselle with International Star Registry. For $54 and a call to 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com, we will name a star after your sweetheart and send a beautiful gift package. The new star name will be recorded in book form in the U.S. Copyright Office. Call the Star Registry, 800-282-3333 or visit starregistry.com for this year's hottest Valentine's Day gift.
If you're going to the Wings game today, get out to the Joe Louis Arena Concourse by the Gordie House statue, where you'll find 97 won the tickets, Pat Caputo, broadcasting from 10 until the Wings face the Islanders. He'll be there with the street team and the ticket chicks. Stop by for your chance to win Michigan Lottery's $100 grand cash word $3 instant ticket. Win up to $100,000 instantly. Instant games. Put some play in your day. For Wings tickets, go to DetroitRedWings.com.
We always make the extra point. 97.1, The Ticket.
All right, welcome back. Probably our last segment, so make sure you make the phone call to 248-539-9797. You're listening to the Hardcore Mortgage Real Estate Business Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. We are open all day. We have people in the office to help you at 1-800-LOW-RATE, the best mortgage banker. Always inviting your phone calls here. It's fun to talk to families out there that are out there in the housing market. We always strive for that approval letter. And one of the things I mentioned last week, because I'm noticing it, there's people out there already looking at homes with real estate agents. And you know what? If you're a real estate agent and you haven't got that approval letter from that person, have the strength to look them square in the eye and say, look, are you approved for this? And let's get it all in writing, because there's so many opportunities.
Probably want to get them approved before you even start showing them houses.
Yeah,
I got to tell you, one of my buddies he works another lender sent me a text. He goes, "Throw me and my FHA mailers under the bus."
Yeah, that's right. Exactly. Those great FHA, mailers you get. Hey, we can save you money.
But we definitely want to stress, obviously, the fact of approval now and saving money. Get that approval in your hand. We run it's a bona fide mortgage approval. We gather all your documents, run you through the underwriting search engine. We also can take it even the next step further.
Yeah, but
if
here's
you
the deal,
want,
guys.
but you don't need to.
Here, another thing, Alex, that really irks you and I is that when people they either write checks or send their credit card information for things that we do for free. Okay? We pre-approve people for free. We'll run your credit for free. We don't take money up front from people. As a matter of fact, we don't take money from people unless we can do their loan.
That's it.
Period. But the first thing out of other lenders is they want your credit card so they can get you locked down, because you're going to find out that those lenders that take your money up front, they're not going to get you a mortgage.
Well,
that's a blanket statement.
Isn't it called an application?
He just swore at me.
Did he? Good. Tell him I said hi.
Hey, let's go to some calls here. We've got them starting to come in again. 248-539-9797. We'd like to hear from you. We've got Tim out there in Rochester Hills. Good morning, Tim.
Morning.
Hey, Tim, what's up, man?
Tim, what's happening?
Hey, how are you guys doing this morning?
Good. How are you, sir?
Good. I had a question for you guys. I listen to your show once in a while, and I respect your opinion. And I'm a new home buyer. I actually bought my first home about 3 years ago in Rochester Hills. It was when the market was kind of bottomed out. It was a foreclosure. I paid $40,000 for it. The place a couple doors down just sold for roughly $120,000. So after the 20% I put down, I've got close to $100,000 in equity in the place, and I'm contemplating selling because the market is good. But the problem I'm running into is I refuse to pay full price for a home again. And in this market, there's not a whole lot of foreclosures, so I'm stuck between.
You can't have it both ways, man.
That's the problem. But see, So, the question is do I wait until there's more properties available? Because I refuse to pay full price for a home again.
All right, so Timmy,
I want to find another good investment.
See, I love you. I do. I really love you because you got a good price. There's equity now in your house. You want to sell it at max value, but now you're on the other side. You're walking around. You're looking at houses. You're saying, I'm not going to pay you. That wall went up, and you want to keep the money that you're going to make off your existing house, but you don't want to pay anybody else what their house is worth.
And
right?
if the market goes down and prices go down, then your price is going to go down as well. So, it kind of just runs with each other.
Problem is that...
So the problem is when do I jump?
Well, the problem is when you jump...
the rates are lower.
Yeah, you got to jump now because the rates are so good. And I'm not saying you're not going to find a decent deal on the other end, but the days of those steals and you're looking at foreclosures, are they out there? But understand this. Other people are looking for them too, right? Don't cut off your nose to spite your face. Don't just throw that wall up and say, hey, I made a lot of money on this end, and I'm not going to pay somebody on the other end. You'll find something that is to your liking if you just move a little bit off of your, hey, man, I know I got that wall too, believe me. All right, but you can't have it both ways. It's impossible.
So, I mean, if it comes down to, maybe being stuck staying at a family's house or renting a place and throwing some money away a month on rent until that perfect opportunity comes along again, don't pass up the good opportunity where, it's a good time to sell right now.
I would agree. I would agree with that. If that's in your plan right now, if your plan is that you want to sell at this time, that's your plan. You got to do it. But then don't think that all of a sudden somebody's going to hand you a bunch of money on the other end.
And Tim, it's quality of life, dude. I mean, if you're happy, if you find a house and you're happy, who cares if it's overpriced by $10,000, $20,000?
Well, the thing is, if I had money left over, once I sell, and I get the money that's, I have, the equity in this home. If I have that money left over, there's always a possibility for, buying a place, at a decent price, but having some money left over to buy an investment property to rent or flip in the future.
I understand.
But, since nobody knows how long, the prices are going to be good for, jump on it while it's still a good opportunity.
No, I love where your head's at. I mean, I'm with you. It's quality of life. I mean, if it makes you happy, if you come home from work every day and you walk into your house, who cares what you bought it for?
Right, because it's about you.
It's about what makes you happy.
Well, I'll tell you what, looking at the bank account also makes me happy.
Yeah, absolutely. Tim, and I love that. A lot of people call and they say, how much house can I afford? And my question back to them is, I don't know. How much house can you afford?
Yeah, what's going to make you sleep well at night?
I mean,
you got to put your head on your pillow. But Tim, you're not going to be happy. Trust me. Okay, so you're going to have a big bank account, but you're going to live in a 700 square foot apartment.
Right. Well, that's true too. Right.
Right. So you know what I like about this call, Tim, and your call is this, is that you're a smart guy. You sound like a great guy. You're really reasonable and rational, and you know the thought processes you have on one that is really good. But then on the other end, I could be pretty unreasonable about the other end.
Hey, he might find the right opportunity.
That's
he might find it.
Go search for that opportunity, but don't, it's a quality of life issue. You've got to live where you want to live. All right? And
well, considering the market being what it is, I don't know how feasible it is for me to find a place that I want to live first, and then maybe wait to sell my home until I find another place that I want to move into, so I can kind of smooth that transition.
Well, if you qualify,
getting a mortgage in that situation reasonable or no?
Yeah, if you qualify, sure. Yeah,
okay.
People do that all the time.
Let me call after the show, and we'll run some numbers, and we'll get you taken care of.
That sounds good. Thanks.
Cool.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Thanks for the call. 248-539-9797.
I use the same analogy. I'm going to cut you off. I apologize.
No, you're good.
I use the same analogy all the time. My buddy Perry Stevens, he owns a company called Allstate Trees. He cuts trees down. It's like a real life.
It's not a plug for a tree guy.
No, but he's from the UP. He's a real live lumberjack. It's like if I have a tree, then he's like I had to cut this tree in my front yard. You call someone you trust, and it is. I could call every tree company in the phone book, and I'm sure somebody will come out and say, "Yeah, I'll beat his quote by $50." You don't do that, man. It's like in Tim's situation, you call someone you trust. You call Nicole, you call a good realtor. You say, "Listen, man, I can sell my house for X. I can buy a new house for Y." And that's that. And it's just math.
No, well said.
It's not hard.
Refinancing, obviously, take advantage of the opportunity. Be sure to call Capital Mortgage all week long. Rates are at all-time lows. You can pay off your land contract, do debt consolidation, add your first and second mortgage together. Home improvements, folks. You've got some built-in equity now. If you've been putting off those home projects, adding insulation, you're going to feel that coming up next week, that's for sure. But get those windows done and the doors and see what you can fix up in your house and take care of that asset that's moving in the right direction. Again, we're going to try to sneak in another call. We've got Jim out there. Jim, you got to be quick. Go ahead, sir.
How you doing?
Good morning, sir.
I'm in a situation. I owe about 110, 108, and my house is probably worth 80, and I find no way out of it except walking away.
Why would you? What do you mean walk away? I don't understand.
He's saying he's upside down.
Upside down in my mortgage, yes.
Is the loan backed by Fannie Mae or Freddie Mac?
I don't believe so.
Okay, so what's your rate right now?
It's low right now, but it's adjustable. In 2015 June, it's supposed to go to. It's an interest only. I was.
Jim. The clock saved you. Let me call you after the show, and see what I can do for you.
All right.
All right, thanks.
Let's see you,
Thanks
buddy.
for the call. That's going to wrap up another version of the Hardcore Mortgage Show, brought to you by Capital Mortgage Funding. Want to tell everyone to call us all week long, and definitely send us those emails to mortgage.show@lowrateonline.com. We've got Pat Caputo coming up with sports. Thank you, Nicole Moscow from Remax Classic. Harry Glanz, Alex Nafusi. I'm Harvey Freed. We'll see you next Saturday.
The preceding was a paid program. Views expressed on this program are not necessarily those of CBS Radio, its sponsors, or affiliates.
Hi, Harry Glanz for Capital Mortgage Funding. Rates are at historic lows, so what are you waiting for? Call 1-800-LOW-RATE and let our award-winning staff help you save money. Look, if you're looking to purchase a new home, refinance your existing home,